It's that time again. It's time for another Saturday night special where we talk about everything rockhounding related. Well, this past week, I'm on YouTube. I'm scrolling through my feed of all the things that I subscribe to, and I saw a video that really piqued my interest. Now, if you have been watching much here on the channel, I'm very much so into, I guess, lapidary blades. I like these things. I have a whole series up on the main channel page talking about blades, lapidary blades, different blades. I have a lot of blades. These are just my my trim saw blades, but I have other ones. Well, this video that I saw on my feed was from Highland Park Lapidary, and they're the manufacturers of saws and stuff company. And it's about diamonds and saw blades. It's like a webinar thing. And I click it, I'm watching. 2 minutes in, I see this picture. And I think to myself, that's a very familiar picture. Oh wait, that's my photo. They took my photo and used it in their presentation. Without asking, of course. But, you know, there is a thing called fair use doctrine, but I'm not exactly sure if it even applies here, since it's kind of like a big commercial for their business. Like, so there is that factor. But let's, you know, maybe let's give them, let's see what they have to say about it. My use of their video does qualify as fair use, so let's play that here.
And let's see whether Mark, yeah, this is it. So when you look at this, now this blade right here is actually not a lapidary blade. And I can tell that because when I look at the size of the diamonds, they're too big.
So there's a couple of things going on here. Interesting stuff, to say the least. So the implication being that the photo that I took was not of a real lapidary blade, and he knows that based upon diamond size. Well, okay, so does that mean that he's looked at blades under a microscope a whole lot and he understands how to interpret what he's seen? Maybe, but if that's the case, why is he stealing my photo? And I will say that you can't really tell. Here, look at this photo right here. Look at this. Let me know what you think about these individual blades based upon their size of diamonds. Anybody? Anybody? You can't really determine a whole lot. Apparently, maybe according to them, they're the only manufacturers of lapidary blades and no one else could possibly make one. I will say that for a couple of things. When you look at a blade, right? And you want to try to like determine something about the diamonds on that blade. Looking down, you're not going to get an accurate representation. And then also, that photo was specifically of a blade that I was trying to, that I intentionally kind of damaged for the video. It's funny that they're 13 minutes into a video to take my photo. Here, let's look at the whiteboard real quick, and I'll give you an example why you can't really measure diamonds very well. So you have your diamonds, and they are extending out of the edge of the blade at varying heights as the matrix wears away. So without like a scale bar, you can't actually really tell what the size of diamonds are that you're looking at, because different amount of the diamond is sticking out. That's if you're looking down on the cutting surface. Now, if you wanted to take measurements, you can, and I did. So I actually, you know, I do have the tools and capability of measuring diamonds on lapidary blades, and these are kind of my results here. I wouldn't say that any of these are scream out to me not a lapidary blade or a lapidary blade. I think that's a little, I don't know what you can exactly determine based upon side profile photos and then even running a measurement tool. I mean, without the measurement tool, they all kind of look the same, really. So there's that. Okay, honest talk here, right? Let's talk about Highland Park for a second. I have no connection to Highland Park whatsoever, but I don't understand this company. Now, some of this, what I'm going to share here is just my opinion. So, if you like Highland Park Lapidary, if you like their tools, you like their stuff, great. I'm sure with the number of machines that they've sold, they're people like them. My experience has been a little different, okay? So I don't have any of their stuff, but I do get a ton of emails. So when I look at my emails and people email me about their machine problems, they're 100% Highland Park and Harbor Freight rock tumblers. Nobody else. I never get an email about a Genie, a Diamond Pacific, High Tech Diamond, Inland, King Cab, Kingsley North. None of these companies. Nobody has ever been like, oh man, my machine broke. Oh, there's no parts. I can't wait 2 months for a part from China. Like, what do I do? Like, is there an alternative? I've never gotten those emails. Only for Highland Park. I know somebody with currently a broken ultrasonic drill from them, a broken trim saw. It's like their 12-inch, the clone of the Lortone. Oh, Lortone's another company that I've never gotten any emails from anybody being like, I have a problem that I can't figure out and the company won't help me. Highland Park, on the other hand, I've gotten a lot. And if you look at their prices, right? So here's the thing. They used to be made in America, and now they're made in China. So when you buy something, for the most part, it takes a long time for you to get your item, right? Because it's like order, make it in China, wait until they can fill a shipping container, bring it into the United States, then ship it to you. And if there's a problem or whatever, you're on your own, right? As far as I can tell. I mean, obviously they would disagree. But when you would think though, because of that, you would be getting something more affordable, right? So when we just look at two big things, right? Let's look at the 16-inch saw, okay? The 16-inch saw from Highland Park and the 16-inch saw from Covington Engineering in southern Idaho, I'm not connected to either one of them, they're virtually the same price. Covington's like $100 cheaper because they don't include legs. If you want legs for it, you add $100. Same price between the two of them. One's made in America. Parts are, well, they're what's the word am I looking for? They do all in-house fabrication. So if there is something you need or issue at any point, they can just go into their shop and literally make it, and you have it. Well, if you look at the cab machines, right? Highland Park, they sell their cab machine for like $1,700 without wheels, and wheels can be anywhere from like $100 to $300 a wheel, versus you look at what Kingsley North is putting out, and you're at the same price. You're at the same $2,300 whatever dollar price point. So you're not getting a break by going with a Chinese manufacturer, and it just seems like there's a lot of issues. So I don't understand why people are kind of still giving them the time of day. I mean, it seems like they're a little bit like riding on the coattails of their pedigree of being an American manufacturer. I might be wrong. Feel free to, if I'm off base here, let me know. I'm open to changing my mind, of course. But I just don't. It rubs me the wrong way when a company takes something from me without asking. It rubs me the wrong way when a company sends out so many bent saw blades that they have a YouTube video on how to unbend the bent blade they mailed you. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. Is what it is, I guess. I don't know what to say. And that. I got something that I have been long anticipating this past week. Now, if you've been following along Look at this. Now, what you're looking at here is a chisel. And I got 2 of them. So these are, look at this little guy. So we got a longer one and we got a little shorty. So these are flat bar chisels that I kind of came up with the idea for, of having them made out of AR-500 steel. The bluing that you see at the end here, that's annealed. So this part's going to be soft where you'd strike. And then we have an AR-500 tip. Now, AR-500 is a very interesting steel. Stands for abrasion resistant 500. The 500 is like the method of testing to measure that. And this is something that's really used a lot in the mining industry. It's a high wear metal, very high quality, and that. So I have high hopes for these chisels to be better than the commercially available ones, the ones that you can currently buy. And I almost don't want to go beat on them because they're so beautiful up here, right? They're so pretty. But I'm going to be testing these things out in the coming months, and we'll see how this works. The person that made these for me, because I didn't make these, his name's Luke. He's down in the Willamette Valley, southern Willamette Valley in Oregon, and he's got like a plasma table. He's got all the fancy tools that I don't have, and he was kind enough to make these for me to be able to test these ideas out, because working with AR-500 without things like a plasma table, it's very hard to cut, very, very hard. He also sent some rocks. Now, there's a bigger one, but he sent these. Now, this I thought was very, very interesting, and I'll show you here in a second why I think that's so interesting. He also sent me this. Look at this agate. Look at this. How crazy is this agate? This is beautiful. So, we got a couple of things going on here. We got some quartz crystal growth in here. It's obviously, we got some banding. There's like some little pockets and stuff. Little eyes. Now, the eyes are the interesting part, okay? We'll roll in some microscope photos here. Very odd-looking stuff. And, you know, usually I like to put things under the microscope, and then I start to take a progression of photos and see if I can come up with anything. And they really have, like, little tiny eyes on them. And I didn't realize at first what these really were until I put one on my flashlight, and you can really see that it's just like a little tiny mini ball of agate that has a little eye on it. And I'm not sure what in the world I'm looking at here, but it's very cool. And I really like these. I have not seen anything like this before. So something new for me to ponder. And yeah, I mean, it's always neat to be able to see something totally new. So if you've seen agates like this before, man, pipe up, please. I'm all ears. I would love to hear your thoughts. But you can see on here, all these little specks, these are also, let's get a little more light on this. This is also the little eyes, and you can kind of see that in there, which is pretty cool. Well, this is not a rock for me to keep. The plant, he wants me to cut this, and now I think that's a shame. That's just me personally, okay? I'm gonna cut it, but I'm probably gonna cut like this right here and kind of like nip this back piece off so that we can maintain the crystal face, and you can still kind of have an exposure back here to see what's going on inside this. So I'll probably be doing that this coming week, which, I mean, I think it's beautiful. And all of this, like, there's a bunch of stuff in here that to look at under the microscope. And I get to keep this. I get to keep these little pieces of gravel, agate gravel, which that's fun. You know, it's always great to have more things to look at under the microscope. this past week as well. The little Jasper Thunder eggs down in Central Oregon. Central Oregon has so much to offer. It's a really lovely place. We enjoy it every time we go down there. Now, this material it's not the best in my opinion, and I have a whole jar of these little thunder eggs here. We'll cut them at some point, and that'll be fun. But when you look out on the desert, it really just kind of, man, who knows what's out there? Who knows? And it really just like the possibilities, we really haven't discovered a fraction of what there is to discover, and I like that aspect of it. I love it. Absolutely love it. One more thing to share with you. 2 more topics to go. My buddy Matt. Matt's a good guy. Matt hangs out with Ragnar sometimes. I've met Matt. He came out here and went to the wild turkey mine opening. Good guy. Well, Matt hooked it up. And because of him, I now have some heat out here in this shop, which is fabulous. So he sent me this Chinese diesel heater. Now, if you don't know what these things are, I guess he got this, was a returned one or something. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with it, but it's warm. It's warm out here in the shop. I can't run it while filming because it's a little loud, but it's really cool. So it runs on diesel, and it exhausts outside the building. And yeah, it blows a ton of heat. I can easily raise it 20, 30 degrees out here in no time, which is awesome. Very, very happy to have that. Having some warmth, be able to make some more videos. It's been a little rough lately. It's been quite chilly out here, One topic that I've wanted to touch on for a while, and I have intentionally avoided talking about this here on the channel because it's a hot button topic. It's a hard thing to address and not fan the flames of conversation some. But there's no time like the present. And here on the Saturday Night Special, we talk about everything rockhounding related. I would like to talk about mineral claims, okay? Now, if you're not aware, I think it's only in the Western United States, on public lands, a person can claim the minerals, the in-ground minerals. Now, I'm not a lawyer. Don't construe anything I say here as legal advice. I might offer a little bit of opinion here at the end, but here's the thing with mineral claims, okay? Man, I'm probably shooting myself in the foot here. Here's the thing with mineral claims. Mine owners, like 99% of them, are amazing people, okay? Like, I've talked to so many claim owners that are great people, that are like happy to open up their claims to people to come dig, and they want to share what they're finding, and like all of this stuff. They're great people. There's a tiny fraction of them though that are not great people at all. But that's really the case with anything, like any community of people. Like there's gonna be some cruddy ones. So basically, right, the way the claim, I'm going to just quickly summarize it. A person can file paperwork with, like, say, like the Bureau of Land Management. You can get like a 20-acre parcel, and you own the minerals in ground. You do not own the land, and that's an important distinction to point out. You do not own the land. Somebody can go there and hunt, ride dirt bikes. Somebody can go there and pick up the rocks on a claim and put them down. You can go and pick berries. You can go pick berries on a claim. It is public land, like it or not. And there's like a small fraction of claim owners out there that act like they own it, that act like they own the area, that act like they own the mountain that their claim is on, and they're just completely out there, like narcissistic, delusional, nutty people. And what are you going to do, right? I mean, I'm not willing to tolerate that, right? These are our public lands, right? I'm happy to respect a claim owner's claim and not go on it and take rocks. And I would encourage you guys listening to also respect claim owners. And I would also encourage claim owners to be diligent with their signage on their claims so that people clearly know the law states that people needs to be clear when you're on a claim. And then you get into some more nuance. Now, I've read the case law pertaining to mineral claims, and there's the law as written, there's the law as interpreted in court cases, and then you can use that as guidance for how a court would potentially interpret a case in the future. You don't want to necessarily look at case law as a means to be like, what should you do? You should look at law as written, okay? That's my advice, I understand why we have the claim system that we do. Back in the 1890s, it was a way to encourage westward expansion so that people could come and scratch out a living out of the earth. And I get it. I feel like some people are taking advantage of it nowadays. Not everybody. But there's some people, I think a lot of the claims now are really treated as a private vacation spot for people. Like, they don't live near it. They don't live on it. They're not actively digging in it. They just want a place that they can privately go to 2 weekends a summer and dig and then fly back to wherever it was that they came from. And I think that's a little, I don't know how you would fix that or change that, but something about that doesn't sit well with me, The idea is that you file a claim, you go there and you mine, you get your minerals, your gold, your whatever, and then you're done, and now it's not under claim. Like, that's usually how it's gone. So, I don't know. It's a tough subject, isn't it? I will say, do not let anybody tell you that you can't go on their claim on public land. Somebody recently told me that. They don't want anybody near their claim. And that makes me want to triple down on it, share that property even more, tell everybody, because you can't let an idiotic bully push you around. If I want to drive around near Republic and look for rocks and minerals, go check out the mines, I'm going to do it. I suggest you go and do it. There's a lot of beautiful stuff up by Republic, Washington, and I plan on spending more time out there this summer. I wasn't really going to, but the fact that somebody told me that I shouldn't, and that I'm literally taking food off of his family's plate by showing mines that are publicly accessible, makes me want to do it even more. All right, everybody. This is a long one, I know. Thanks for making it to the end. I appreciate you coming by, listening to what I have to say. And don't worry, next week's it'll be more lighthearted. All right. Y'all take care, and I will catch you in the next video.